Welcome Capricorn, this is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled for you the Temperance card for the overall energy for the month of April. This is about the patience that you are showing yourself. This is the gentleness, this is the love that you are intending for the nurturance of your soul, for the healing of your soul after at least a couple of decades of the tower, destruction, chaos, loss, passing, death, change, being ground down to zero and rebuilding again. This is, I'm describing Pluto in a Capricorn as of the end of last year, having finally transited into Aquarius. This is about your really learning to heal yourself, to rebuild yourself with gentleness, with kindness, without judgment, without shame, looking at the shame or guilt that you have accrued over so much loss in a society that judges others by what they have. You have suffered humiliation upon humiliation in the process. You're learning to heal that by, in part, being kinder to yourself, developing that grace and poise that is a signature of your resilience, not reviewing the wounds and the damage in the same harsh light with which you experienced it. And understanding ultimately that you were made for this, that all of this has refined your soul, has taught you lessons, has shown you what you're capable of under the most intense conditions of pressure. And you have emerged consistent with new routines that attend to you, that put you central to your efforts so that you can keep going. You don't necessarily see your forward movement as easy, but you understand that it is necessary and that you're willing to work hard for what it is you desire. This is a general reading, Capricorn, so it isn't going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. I welcome all of you that are new and familiar to me and the time that you're taking. So for your social identity, the way that others see you, the Death card, wow. As having already spoken Pluto, I have to say that you are still experiencing Pluto in the same place in your chart where it was in the past. In other words, when Pluto was in Capricorn, it probably crossed your sun, at least, if not other planets, in a particular house. And that depends on your rising sign. But even as it's left Capricorn and moved into Aquarius, it's quite likely in the same area of activity in your chart. So this is important because it's letting you know that you have not completed all of the lessons learned when Pluto was in Capricorn, but you are healing up the sense of possibilities or impossibility, the sense of being blocked or rejected from a certain change that you want to manifest or make is still ongoing. Pluto in Aquarius simply gives you a whole new landscape of possibilities that you didn't believe existed when Pluto was in Capricorn, and that's quite possibly true. So this is what is being healed. The same challenges and issues are cast in a newer, more hopeful light ones in which you can more powerfully use your intuition and your spiritual growth to understand and navigate. So this is only confirming the profound changes that you've long begun. For many of you, this is at least a couple of decades old, depending on where you are in life. And you are externalizing the lessons that you've learned when Pluto was in Capricorn. So you're learning to apply those to your community, your relationships, your family, to the world in a way that motivates you to solve these problems in a new way, on behalf of others, with others. In the first house, the Hanged One. Yes, so much change, so much resilience, so much courage and energy, faith and belief in something better for yourself, in the rewards, eventual rewards of self-improvement, self-development, has caused you to almost institute a meditation practice. There's almost a way that you now routinize the ability to create sacred space for yourself. This is now your comfort zone, the luxury to sit back and understand the lessons that you've gained. Your dream life may be hell of active right now. You may be journaling like crazy. If you're writing anything at all or presenting about anything, it is completely channeled through your experience in understanding the last decade or more of your life. All of those lessons are relevant for the community of the world right now. You see things that were once your struggles being the struggles of many. You understand that you are not alone, even if it is in struggle, that many others are struggling with many of the things that you have. There's been so much change, but through this, you've gotten clarity about your deservedness. In understanding better, having a greater perspective, not separating yourself from your world, the world, but seeing yourself as a part of it, has actually fortified your desire to manifest in a way that you believe you are sacrificing and have sacrificed for. So this greater understanding is something that others need from you. They're looking to you for your wisdom, for your experiential knowledge around these changes that we are being forced to make. And you have a lot of practice with this. In the fourth house, the house of your foundation, your family, your roots, your history, the Five of Swords. A lot of self-doubt that you are currently processing. And it's interesting to me because a theme that seems to be coming up for everyone is having come through so many difficulties has taken a level of courage and bravery that is now giving you the confidence to look at the hardest things in your life. And for many of you, this is relationships with family members. This is relationships with family of origin. This is understanding better your position in or the way you were treated in your family. And it is difficult because you're being confirmed over and over and over again through your dreams, through your journals, through your lived experiences that you were excluded. You were not taken seriously, that there was a tremendous fear of your power, of your, I want to say, of your innocence. And that probably needs some unpacking. I'm not sure that I can do that in a way that is going to be relevant to most of you. This is very individual. But you are something of a pure spirit, a true spirit. No amount of hardship has dulled your principles or your commitment to your truth. Uh, you have a unique way of understanding the world that comes from your childhood. It comes from some kind of protection or spiritual guidance you had as a very young child that gave you the confidence to look at the world, to see the world, to relate to the world, to have a position or an opinion about the world or things in it. And as a result of that difference that you exhibited early on, this in the world, this knowledge of the world, but this reticence to be in the world, this difference that marked you as aligned with other kinds of energies that other people didn't understand, didn't see, or didn't feel comfortable with, has haunted you, particularly now as you review your relationships with family members, people you're close to, people you felt were that had your back, who have betrayed you or disappointed you over and over again, who have called you out to others, have embarrassed you, have spoken behind your back in ways that you were sensitive to, but you didn't know how to react except in the same kind of pure way that you always have, which is kind of, it's okay. I'm the bigger one here. I'm the one who knows I can be the bigger person. I can forgive them. It's okay that they hurt me. They didn't mean it. They don't know what they're doing. Kind of a narrative that is absolutely has snowed you under, has not been fruitful for, or has been damaging and consequential for the way you feel about yourself, your trust in your ideas, your belief in your ability to do or complete things that will benefit you. There's a sense that you don't deserve that. That's not for you. You don't belong there. Gee, isn't that hard? Or, wow, why would you think that you would be selected for that? Whatever it comes from. Clearly, I experienced some of this. But this is really about undoing this circulating narrative that is undermining you, seriously undermining you. In the seventh house, the Two of Swords is describing your willingness to look at the changes that must be made to cut off this old story. It's time to end this narrative that you almost can't control the review, the rehearsal of these hurts. And you're aware that it is diminishing you, it is undermining you, it is causing you uncertainty about the people that you already know, their capacity, their limitations, the lengths that they would or would not go to support you. You already know what that is. You've been disappointed by it over and over again. And so you realize how much now, even the memory, the history of that is undermining, is pulling you under. So yes, despite the guilt, despite the discomfort with surviving this family of origin experience, and that's where I'm hearing it, you are moving forward. You're cutting your losses and moving on. If this reading is resonating for you, please like this video. Please share this with others if you seem inclined, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I pulled the red jungle fowl. Rise and shine. The past is behind you. Reflect on the lessons you've learned and embrace your bright future. Well, there we go. In a nutshell, done and dusted. And I love that the key word here is faith. You've survived this. You've survived a lot else. You've survived your family. So have faith that you can survive a whole lot else as you have. In the first house, the Hanged Man is clarified by the Nine of Wands. Interesting. There's this thing. It's emphasizing you've done it over and over and over again. You have gone back. You've supported people who haven't supported you. And this is not just in your family. This is professionally. You've rarely come clean about the way in which you have been betrayed or undermined. And you keep running at things over and over again in the same way, doing something in the same way, and it never getting you where you want it to be. And I do believe in part that is where your faith, the need for faith in yourself, begins to overtake this reliance on the goodwill of others. I just believe that many of you just cannot have a difficult time accepting that others, particularly loved ones, don't mean you well. And this is very, very hard. I'm feeling so much empathy for you for this truth that we must come to see, we must come to accept. It's a difficult one. But you will be successful when you understand that, accept that, and neutralize that energy in your life. In the fourth house, the Five of Swords is clarified by the Three of Wands. Yes, you're climbing yourself out of this hole of being outed, being betrayed, being undermined, being laughed at, being talked about, gossiped about, sneered at. You're taking the steps, you're getting the resources, you're doing the work, you're setting up something that is alternative to that because you know the difference now. You're pursuing something that reflects your potential, and it's just making some people very upset, very uncomfortable. Haven't you already failed at that? Why would you do that? Oh, that's been done before. You can't do that. Whatever way that you're hearing it, and I'm animating it clearly with my own shadow voices, you are doing. You're just moving on, but in a very systematic way in which you are developing your power. You're developing the resources, the connections that will give you a different result. In the seventh house, the Two of Swords is clarified by the King of Cups. The King of Cups is all about the wise, vulnerable person you are. Your heart is so seasoned. You believe because you still believe in love. You still believe in the principle of true love, of real connection, of mutual aid, of support, of hearing and being heard. You believe in that. And your experiences, particularly to the contrary, have shown you that that is who you are. That you're not the cynic that you have met so often in your relationships. You're not the disbeliever. You're not the conventionalist. You're certainly not that. You are unlikely to be the traditionalist in that way. You do believe in the fundamental principles of love, community, and family, despite any appearance to the contrary. This is the heart that has been chastened and that has learned that this is the greatest strength it possesses. In the 10th house, the Death card is clarified by the Page of Swords. Many of the messages that you're getting today, Capricorn, are collective messages for everyone. This is about understanding the limits of what we know, what we've experienced, and that represents the incredible progress and growth you've made to get to this position, to understand that what you've been doing is no longer adequate for what you desire, for the path that you're on. Your openness to learn, your investment in learning. This is what the change that you're making in your life that is influencing the world is based on. Your commitment to learn whatever is necessary to prepare for the opportunities that are coming your way. This is about faith. This is about the truth. This is pursuing your truth, not giving up on your truth, no matter how foolish it seems to others. You're on to something. And you take joy and glory in the opportunity to learn a new way, to move in a new direction, to own your path, to own your destiny, to own your power. I'm going to finish up this reading with a crystal oracle and hope that these readings are providing you with insight. I pulled the citrine, bring in the light. If you've enjoyed this content, check out more here. And until next time, Capricorn, namaste.